Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Little Friday edition. Guidance Counselor 2.0. Full transparency. Um, I moved this stream from Tuesday to Friday because your boy had a tremendous head cold. I'm still dealing with the kind of the after effects of it. If you hear me a little stuffy, but I could barely think on Tuesday, so that's why I moved the episode to Friday. But excited to bring week 3 of this series to y'all. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. So if y'all are watching, please say hey. Would love to hear from you. We started a little bit early, trying to get the people in. Hopefully, y'all having a great Friday morning. Got the iced coffee going. Today is my son's 2nd birthday, so we are heading to the zoo after this to go see the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are back. If you didn't know, they're at the Nashville Zoo and the Nashville Zoo only. So we're gonna go see some dinosaurs after this. But excited to hang out with y'all this morning. Ricardo, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. And y'all, again, please say hey. Would love to hear from you. I talk about this all the time. One of the things I'm really passionate about, just within the Torque community, but then also my stuff as well, is really these virtual streams that we do are a place where you could hop in, network with others, connect with others. And so please say hey. Connect with other people in the chat. Shoot them a DM. Say it's good that you are here. Chris, good morning. It's good to see you, buddy, as always. So again, to recap, before we dive in, again, I got to start a little bit early to kind of get the stream going through the channels. This is our 3rd week of using AI to write your resume. If you have not caught the other 2 episodes, they are on both my YouTube and the Torque YouTube. So highly recommend checking it out. To give you a quick rundown, so the first week was basically just how to use AI. And again, the tool I'm using is Claude. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you can use whatever. I'm working through Claude. That's what I'm most comfortable with. So week 1 was going through your background, right, and using Claude to figure out the job you actually want. I think a lot of people, I do a lot of calls kind of sporadically throughout the week with referrals who kind of need career guidance. I think one of the things that I consistently talk to people about is like they don't know what they want to do next. The first week of the series I did is using Claude to figure out what job you actually want, right? So we went through a skills audit. We went through values and priorities. We went through defining a target role. And we went through how to do a job description fit check. Week 2, we talked about, which was last week, building your target company hit list with Claude. So this was really cool. This was kind of a really cool kind of like light bulb moment for me. But I think a lot of people just don't know where to get started. They don't know what's out there, right? There's a sea of companies out there. And so I highly recommend, like if you're like, well, Taylor, out of the 2 episodes, which one should I look at? I would look at week 2, to be honest with you, because we built a company hit list. So what we did, the first prompt was generate company ideas based off my background. We did deep company research. And then we went into a job description, red flag detector. And then we went into building a tracker. And I think one of the cool things about last week's episode was it basically created a target list, right? So if you don't come from a sales background, in a lot of sales organizations, they have target lists, and then you just go out and call. One of the things that Claude did is it built a target list, and they ranked the target list of companies on how close they were to my background. And they also talked about company size. And then it also told me how to craft the DM, how to craft the narrative when I messaged somebody at that company, which I thought was really cool. There was a lot of companies that popped up I wasn't aware of. So highly recommend looking into that episode. And then we also worked on how to create a DM based off your background and how it relates to the company. So really, really good information there. I really think with AI and how it relates to your job search, I think it's an absolute game changer. I really, really believe it is. And so if you are not using it, and also your career too, right? I mean, I use AI every single day. I mean, I would say I work out of AI probably at least 50% of my day. And one of the reasons why I love it so much is it finds your blind spots, right? So a lot of the prompts I use is like, hey, what am I missing here? Hey, how can I get better? Hey, pressure test this, right? And so we went over those prompts as well sorry, I just got a Slack message from my boss. We went over those prompts. So week 3, today, we are going to build your resume. Now, I don't have my resume built out. So we're going to use this as a way to build out my resume. The prompt it said that we're going to go over first. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. But the prompt it shared was like, upload your resume. I'm going to build my resume and kind of walk through how to do that with you all today. So this is from scratch. Again, I don't have my resume uploaded, updated. So we're going to walk through that. So let's go ahead and dive in. Again, if you are watching, please say, hey, would love to hear from you. But let's go ahead and get into it. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let's get going here. Let's see here. Hold on. Window. All right, cool. Can y'all see that okay? All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. All right, so again, we talked about projects. I'm gonna go into skills and projects probably in a later week. But I have a project set up. So again, I know ChatGPT calls them projects. I think Gemini calls them gems. I think they could call them projects, but basically projects. And it's taken me some time to figure out how to use projects. But projects is if like you have a dedicated workspace to have all of your ideas, and it saves all the memory, right? So if I'm on the job search, I would absolutely use a project folder for this to keep everything kind of contextual. Because again, while AI keeps track of your memory, if you do a simple chat, I think doing it in a project, you can upload documents, which that will help. Chris, you say it's tiny. All right, let's see. I'm gonna get rid of the sidebar. Okay, that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, I don't have my resume, so we're gonna start this from scratch. Okay, so I need my help. I need your help writing my resume for a VP of community type of for a VP of community. Can we get started with the summary section and what info would make a really good highlight / professional summary section, right? So again, if you have not been in our Discord, definitely do say torque.dev/Discord. We do resume reviews. We talk about this all the time. The summary portion at the top of your resume should be the highlight reel, right? So, all right, so let's do this. Quick framing first. For VP of Community resume, summary as one job function. To make a hiring manager believe you can own community as a business function, not just run events. That means 3 things. 1, scope and scale, breadth of channels, business fluency, right? So they already crafted some for me here, but I want to, so both are missing one thing on purpose, numbers. So again, we talk about this all the time. The biggest thing for a professional summary section is the numbers. So I want to go through here and kind of walk you through. And this is kind of tangentially how to just write a resume, period, right? So we're going to go through that. Robert, question real quick before we dive in. What's the cheapest way to get started for AI for software developers? To me, I did an episode on Guidance Counselor 2.0. If you want to check out the podcast, I did an episode with Aaron Francis. We talked about how to just get started. In my opinion, spend $20 a month for ChatGPT or basic Claude membership and just start tinkering around with it. I think it's that simple. I tell people all the time, I am not technical and I have figured this stuff out. And I think, in my opinion, we're getting to the point now with AI where if you can't show some sort of fluency on your resume, you're going to get left behind. And so I would absolutely spend $20. and start tinkering around with it. So that's what I would do. Also listen to the Aaron Francis and Nader Dabit episode that I did as well, Robert. David, it's good to see you. It's good to see you this morning. Good to see you. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. So let's do this. Let me know if this suffices. So I'm gonna say I have 15 plus years of staffing industry experience. Again, what I would do when you're writing your resume, start really broad, right? I have 10 years of software development experience, 5 years of software development experience, 15 years of data analyst experience, right? Start super broad, right? Then I'm gonna say community building efforts. I have I'd say probably 6+ years of community building efforts, starting communities and taking them from 0 to 1. And then I would say currently helping scale the community with 3 million engineers. I say technologists because we do more than just engineers. What's up, Jason? It's good to see you. Make your screen bigger. What is this stream for ants? It's already big, dude. It's already big. It's big on my screen. And then I'm gonna say helped scale our email marketing efforts from 0 sends to 400,000 sends a month, which is true. Ran and executed 50+ in-person events across the globe, primarily in LATAM and the US. What else have I done? Helped scale organic social content reach from 0 to targeting 3 million organic impressions in 2026. And then let's do let's see here. Let's just do that. All right, so we're gonna do that again. So what I did here is I started super broad, right? So this can be the same if you're a software engineer, and then I got a little bit more specific. So these are strong, way better than average community resume. A few honest notes is a great combo for the industry craft. Use a headline. One clarification: is the community actually 3 million members, or is that Torque's total? If a resume probes the latter, community of 3 million. Okay, so this is good, right? So I would say our goal is to activate our 3 million talent on our platform to get them engaged in our community is good, but sends the volume metric, not a performance run. So I would also say in regards to email marketing, our combined open rate is 40% across all marketing emails. What else here? 50 targeting 3 million is a goal, not a result. On a resume, read soft, 2 fixes. So again, this is why using this, it pokes holes in everything, right? Which I really love it. Do you have a current impression number? Yeah, I mean, we're already at 1.6. So currently, let's see here. In regards to impressions, we are tracking to 3 million, currently at 1.6 million right now, halfway through the year. Can you make changes and start a doc for me that we can iterate on? Right. So one of the things I like about this is that you can work through these steps, and then it also creates a doc for you that will be your resume, right? So they're currently setting up the doc right now. Again, we're starting at the summary section. For those of you tuning in right now, we're starting at the very top of your resume. I don't have my resume done right now. And so we're building my resume right now, which I think is a very good practical use case for people who are looking to start their job search. I'm also going to go through and make sure I don't miss anything from a prompts perspective. So from a prompt perspective that I have on my cheat sheet here is, again, you can upload your resume, right? So if you have your resume ready to go, it says do a resume audit. So put in your resume and then type in a job description and compare it, which we'll get to here in a second, right? Again, we're going to try to fly through this thing pretty quickly. So there, all right. So it started as a docx through. There we go. Now, here's my issue when it comes to AI resumes, right? This looks like an AI resume. I also want bullet points. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm not going to go into the formatting too much here because I'll do that on my own time. But I would take out like the lines and the dividers, right? Keep it very simple, easy to read. The lines, the dividers can get super busy. So I'm going to say, okay, this is good, but I want bullet points for the professional summary as well. Right. So then it goes into here. It's going to build this out for me. Let me zoom in some more here. Ooh, what did it do? All right. So again, we're building this. All right. So after this is done, so we're going to open the doc here. Well, now it's just sending me to, see here, I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's not doing it kind of in line. So let's see here. Is it going to, it keeps popping out another page. So, all right. So it did the bullet points here. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. Let's see if it does this here. Because I want you guys to be able to see it, but it keeps kicking me out to another tab. All right. So it did the bullet points. That's good. All right. So let's dive into my first position at Ronstead Digital, powered by Torque. What questions can I answer that will build out a really good resume based off of, now this is key here, right? I'm building my resume here. And I want to build it as it relates to what other companies are wanting for a VP of community, right? So that will build a really good resume based off of the industry needs and wants for a VP or global community lead. And let's go ahead and go in here. It's gonna walk me through here, right? So scope and mandate. All right. So what was your actual title and the dates for the role, right? So my title is VP of, all right. So I'm gonna do here 1, VP of Global Community. And then I think I started in August technically on contract, 2024. And then I'm currently working there. What were you hired to do? What existed when you walked in and what you built? I was hired to build the community team from a personnel perspective and scale our social media, email marketing, event presence, and LATAM and virtual events to engage and channel our 3 million members to engage with our team. Did you own a budget? I'm gonna put a general budget here. I'm just gonna say 500,000. Roughly what size? And our team size is let's just say 15 people. Did you manage anyone? Yes, I manage everyone, both full-time and contractors, and work with an offshore agency, RGP Partners, shout out RGP Partners, and part-time video content creators. All right, business impact here, right? So 5, business impact. Did a community work tie to revenue? Yeah. So specifically in regards to LATAM, the last numbers I've heard was around 80% of our LATAM placements were from our community. Let's see here. What else? 6. What leadership actually care about reporting? Yeah. So we've actually dug into this a little bit more. I've helped engage and activate. Somehow I manage. Yeah, absolutely. So I've helped engage and activate 3 and grow the U.S. community 320% in 2026, which is true. I've actually dug into those. Any cost story, things you did cheaper. We currently run 0 paid ads. We're getting into some ad spend right now. And then, again, I'm trying to fly through this right now just to give you guys an idea. 0 paid ads, work on a shoestring budget in terms of the scale we have to accomplish. Number 8, did you set the community strategy yourself? Yes. Yes. All strategy was with me. And so again, as we're talking here, right? Again, I'm building this resume from scratch, and AI is asking me questions on how to build it, right? This is incredibly important. And again, the prompt I use that I want to drive home is when it comes to other VP of marketing roles or other global community lead roles, what should I be looking at, right? And I think this is great, right? So we're going to go through here. I mean, listen, there's a lot of bullet points here. So I'm just going to do this right now, just for the sake of time, and let's see what it does here. So again, I mean, the biggest thing I want to drive home here is the prompts, right? And obviously the data that you get out of it is tremendous, right? There's a lot of questions that were asked here. There's a lot of questions that were asked here that I haven't even thought about, right? So again, that's why I love AI. Do not use AI to do your work for you, because what I'm going to do while it's creating a document, for some reason I don't know if I can share multiple screens at one time. I wonder if I can share multiple screens at one time. Can I share multiple screens at one time? Extra camera, image file. It doesn't look like I can share multiple screens at one time. So let's so again, great here, right? 320% of what, right? It's driving home, right? It's poking holes in my resume. 320% of what? Questions 9 through 13, again, it asks you some questions. So I'm going to pull up my resume on another tab because I want to show you what it looks like right now, right? So let me get into here, share screen. Is this it right here? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here. So it's building out my resume for me. Now, in terms of formatting, what I would probably do is, if it was up to me, I'd probably get rid of this page break right here. Obviously, but overall, the way it looks is great. Professional summary hits people in the teeth of my background. And then when it comes to the community perspective, it obviously starts to build this out. Now, here's why I don't always trust AI, right? Hired and built community. This would actually be its own bullet point in my perspective. This should not be the summarize right here. In my perspective, what I would do right here is I would give an overview of Randstad Digital and Torque and how it worked together, right? So again, we always talk about this, but I would put a company summary right here because I want people to know the scale of what we're dealing with, right? Randstad Digital is technically on paper the world's largest staffing company. And then ultimately my job is to engage and activate 3 million talent on our platform. And that Torque is the talent platform that powers Randstad Digital, right? I would put that in there. I'm not going to do it here for the sake of time. I want this to be clear, concise. But as you can see here, it's starting to build out my resume based off of bullet points that it's asking me, and it's pressure testing me on this of things that I would not do that. Is there a way to export prompts or share it all in text, maybe to your Substack? Wink, wink. Yes, I have an entire list of prompts of a cheat sheet that I created for this entire series. I will share those, Jeff. Jeff, if you do not see those, text me and annoy me, and I will share those as well. All right, and I want to go through here: bullet rewrite, summary headline, ATS check. Okay, cool. So let's do this. So I'm going to go into another prompt here: summary and headline. We already did that. ATS check. Now, based off of what we have so far, I know it's not a lot. Can you pressure test this? I use that term a lot, pressure test, right? Really figure out the weaknesses and the gaps here. Can you pressure test this resume to the ATS? Where would I get rejected? And let's just see what it does here, right? I'm going to pull back up. I'm going to share my screen again. Let's see here, share screen. Here, window. Here we go. All right, pull it back up. Yeah, Elliot, right here, the first person to ever suggest company summary. What I see right now in the job search is companies are very risk averse, right? They want to hire people who have experience in the industry, right? So for me, obviously I have deep experience in the staffing and talent platform industry. And so, if people may not know who Randstad Digital is or Torque is, being able to put that it's a talent platform, powering the world's largest staffing company, and my job is to engage the people on the platform, that's going to provide a lot of context, right? So here's some stuff here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So, wrong screen. All right, where you're fine. Single column, no tables, no graphics, standard section header. That's great. We talk about all the time. This parses cleanly in a Workday greenhouse lever. All of them, the layout will not get you rejected. Most ATS proof your resume advice is about the layer you've already passed. So that's great. Again, this is incredibly important prompt here. Where you get rejected right now, empty skill section is the biggest ATS killer, which again, this probably would take me an hour stream, and I got to take my kid to see the dinosaurs at Nashville Zoo. But what I would do is, again, I would work on, skill role, empty skills, right? For us, we use a whole suite of social media content scheduling. We use Brevo for email marketing perspective. We use Discord. We use Slack for internal communication. We do use Salesforce. We use Google Analytics. We use Heap Analytics. I'll probably put all that stuff in there, right? Missing keywords, vocabulary in the bullets. KPIs, but you have activating strategy, but you're light on the rest. We don't keyword stuff just to make the bullets we're writing anyway. Use industry words. Example, your 320% bullet points should say engagement or active members explicitly, which again, we would fix. Number 3, your resume currently shows a 2-year career. Obviously, we just started this thing. No education section. We have education section. Community native metrics are missing. Your numbers skew marketing, which is correct. Strong numbers, but a community JD screens for member growth. I would absolutely include that in there, right? So again, this is incredibly important here. Is when it comes down, I don't want to build out the resume because that's not the important part here. The important part here is the prompts, right? And so that's what you need to look at. So some key things, because we're almost already at time right now. When you are starting your resume, get it to ask you questions as it relates to the role you're wanting to get, and fill that out. Pressure test it as it relates to the ATS. What I would also do too, is I would also use another prompt of pressure test this if I was a CEO, or pressure test this if I was a CMO. Typically, community roles or DevRel roles sit under marketing or product. And sometimes I've seen community roles report up to the CEO. So one of the things I would look at from a prompt perspective is, hey, pressure test this. If you're a CEO hiring or you're a founder hiring for a talent platform, head of community, what would this look like, right? So again, that is something I would do. Use the prompt pressure test and all those angles to really dial this in. To be frank, this is probably going to take a whole afternoon. If I were to really go through this properly and you were to go through this properly, I think this is an entire afternoon because it's a lot of question and answer. Also, one thing I would recommend too that's allowed me to kind of get through things a lot faster is using Whisperflow or some sort of dictation. This is not sponsored by Whisperflow, but one thing that's really cool is I just turn on Whisperflow and I just respond to everything. It's almost like a podcast situation. I press enter and then it puts everything into the document, and then I'll go in and craft it as well. So that is, in my perspective, a super high level on using AI to write your resume. Let me know if there's any questions. Elliot comes in. I'm curious, what is a resume section or practice you've taught Claude? Flip side, what are things you've adopted on a resume because Claude recommended it? I mean, so here's the deal. In terms of resume section practice that I've taught Claude, what I would do is we have a resume template. Rox, I don't know if you're in the chat still or Jeff, but we should have a stock resume template that we like. And what I would do is I would take that resume template in the Torque Discord. If it's in there, if it's not, let's definitely post that today, Jeff or Roxy. And what I would do is I would take that resume template and I would put it in. So let me zoom out a little bit. What I would do is I don't know why it's collapsed here. Let's see here. Let's go to Claude series. So what I would do is right here where it says context, I would upload that resume template, right? And tell Claude or AI, hey, I want you to build the resume based off this template, right? I think that's incredibly important. Obviously, as you can see, memory here, memory, it's going to keep. That's why I think using Project, especially when it comes to your job search, I think memory is key for all this. Again, so it collects the memory. Instructions, you can also tell it, hey, no bold, no underline, no hyperlinks, and you can kind of craft that in terms of your, So that's the answer to your question. Flip side, what are things you've adopted on your resume? I mean, Elliot, I would say some of these questions that it just asked me, I think it's pretty tremendous, right? I mean, there are a lot of questions that it just asked me that I haven't thought about, right? And that's why I try to use the verbiage pressure test. Pressure test this. If you're a founder hiring for a talent platform, head of community, what would you be looking for? Hey, pressure test this. If I'm looking to join an enterprise company, to build a community team, pressure test this resume on what I should fill out. I think that prompt is massive. Monica, LinkedIn is next week. That's week 4. So again, this is an 8-week series. So this week was resume. Next week is LinkedIn. Week 5 is writing cold DMs. Week 6 is Claude interviewing. Week 7 is negotiation. And week 8 is building your personal Claude job search system. So that's what we're going over. Roxy, I can't open up links in the chat, but I will, if you just want to Slack me that, and I'll check it out. So that's it for today. Again, could I have gone an hour or two on this? Absolutely. But to be honest with you, it wouldn't have been probably the most beneficial. I think the most beneficial here is the prompts. So again, to recap, if you want to build your resume from scratch, which I think is actually probably a pretty good exercise, if we're being honest, it'll take you a lot longer. Ask the questions. Hey, I'm currently a senior engineer doing Java and data work. What information should I put on my resume, and get the information out of Claude to get that. I think if you already have your resume, one of the prompts it did say was to upload your resume and to upload a job description that you want, and say what's working, what should stay, what's missing that the JD is clearly looking for, what should be cut or shortened, what bullets should be rewritten to land better. Don't rewrite anything yet. Just give me the diagnosis. That's prompt 1. Prompt 2, bullet rewrites. And then prompt 3, again, we worked on that summary headline portion. And then prompt 4 was the ATS pressure check, how it would stack up for that. Are you going to post the prompts? Yes. Angelo, we've already created 2 blogs already. I'll get those shared. both in our Torque email newsletter, but also in our Discord and on our public marketing website. I'll also get the prompts out next week for this as well. I'll also share this document in general with Roxy so she can post in our Discord, so you can use it as well. All right, cool, sweet. Please do another hour next time. Okay, all right, cool. I will do a long series for LinkedIn and we'll tie back in the resume. Okay, deal? Deal. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go head out for my son's birthday, take him to the zoo. Y'all have a great one. Have a great Friday. If you have any other questions, shoot me an email, taylor@torque.dev. Jump into our Discord. Me, Jeff, and Roxy and the crew will be able to help you. Otherwise, y'all be great. We'll see y'all next week. We have 2 guidance counselors next week. We have the LinkedIn review on Tuesday, and then I have a guest on Wednesday, so it's going to be great. So 2 episodes next week, Guidance Counselor 2.0. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.